Let's get right into the shits.
All right.
You ready? What episode is this?
I don't know, but it's cold.
You cold?
Yeah.
Let's bring it down.
Going naked.
Girls would be cold in a volcano. That's pretty good.
But in the morning, I'm hot and you're cold.
I don't know.
I'm like sweating.
Oh, because that time
And you're like,
I've been laying in sweat for 7 hours. I'm starting the show.
It's true.
Bonjour. Welcome to episode 67 of the I Say That to Say This podcast. Podcast. If you couldn't already tell.
Whew.
I'm having a good time.
Obviously, I'm having a great time.
My name is King Bo Christ, and I'll be your host for the evening. My other host. I don't like the co-host.
Oh, the other host.
Right. Co-host sounds like in-laws. Like, I don't like it. Like, the other host.
Okay.
Hostess.
Oh.
Oh, we could be the host and the hostess.
Okay.
Would that work? I gotta Google that. Lindsay, the real Mrs. McCrimmon. Oh, my applause emojis. I forgot. My bad. I'm not queued
Your
up.
emojis, your sound.
I know, but it's a podcast.
I imagined it.
Right. Podcast
like
facts. Right. Exactly. There you go. Let's work that in. Shout out to our YouTube viewership. Thank you for tuning in every week. Shout out to those listening on Spotify, the podcast app. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now that we got that out the way. The church announcements. It's good to be here. 67's a good... I like that podcast number. It's like a good... It means like we're getting old.
We're
Yeah, because if
we're
you
in it.
Right. If you die at 67, it's like, damn, you were young. But like 70, like oh yeah, they had a good run.
Yeah.
So we gotta, I like that number. We're right there. We're right where we should be.
It's a good number.
Good number. Welcome to the show. And I'm glad I don't forget what episode it is, though. That's good.
That is good.
I used to be trash. Like, I don't know. But people forget how old they are, though. I was wet snitching. There's a such thing as dry snitching, and there's a such thing as
please
thing as
explain to me explain to me the difference between wet snitching and dry snitching, because I don't know, and I'm sure that someone...
Dry snitching. Well, what I just did was wet snitching. So you said it, right? I guess it's wet snitching to you, dry snitching to the listeners. If dry snitching is like,
unless I gave myself away,
you left all the clues for the other person to figure it out, right? Like, so say you didn't know something. So say you were like, oh, how old do you think that lady is? And if I knew the answer, like wet snitching would be like, between 34 and 32. And you'd be like, what? Like, that's like, damn, you told already.
Okay.
Like, dry snitching would be like the year we graduated high school. The year you graduated high school. And you kind of gotta figure it out. You gotta, like, you gotta put it together. It's dry snitching. Wet snitching is you just came out with it.
Okay.
There's both dry explanations and there's both wet explanations. That was a both dry explanation. But
forgetting their age. I did forget my age.
No, that's good.
I lost a whole year. Was like, oh wow, I'm gonna be 37. Wow, that happened fast because it wasn't true.
See, that's the crazy shit.
It was good I was ahead, and I was like, damn, okay, well, it is what it is, and then it wasn't. I'm a little happy that it's not. 40's
40's like...
a scary number for a woman.
Why is that? I think for humans, but I'm rolling.
But, like... men and women are viewed differently as they age.
I'm rolling.
Like men become distinguished and women just become old. Like, what's a good mature?
Yeah, see, I'm a chauvinist, so I can't think of any. Like, I don't want to speak for everybody here, but I'm like, yeah, those are the two you kind of use.
Yeah.
But
like, but
see,
women are viewed like it's like women are viewed for like beauty or whatever. So, like when they start to get wrinkly or and that it's coming 40. It's full steam ahead. Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
See, I wouldn't. If you could turn back the hands of time, you got to just fuck with the numbers. I think when people get old and they start doing weird shit, is when you trying to fuck with the being of it. Like, if you lie about your age, you probably feel better. Just be you, right? Yeah, just be you. Like, just wake up every morning and feel 27.
Right. Like.
Yeah. Oh well, because your thoughts are the same, no? Like, you still think the same. You still. I mean, it's better. It's more. You
should be more progressed and learned.
You should be more fine-tuned mentally.
Right.
But you still wake up. You don't realize your knee is fucked up until you jump out of bed like it was all good. Like, God damn. Like, oh, shit. What did I do yesterday? You know what I'm saying? So, I think if you just gear yourself, it'll be all right. Like what?
I'm just laughing at, like, thinking about things like, what did I do yesterday? Like, some small thing, like, reached down and picked up something that fell on the floor.
No, did a wild reach. Like I'm not going to be 40, by the way. I just want the record to show. But, like you did I was fake athletic, so I
wet
just...
snitching. That was another wet snitch.
No, I just wanted to be... listen, because this mustache gets shit fucked up, so I just wanted to... I didn't want to be talking like I'm some 40-year-old guy, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be very clear.
Right.
I probably have the body of like a... 25. Like the aches, I'll say... No, I mean, the aches of like a 40-year-old dude.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Shit, as long as I just see as a man, I look at it like, yo, just don't lose your six pack and it's all good. No matter what happens, if I stop pumping weights or you stop doing whatever and you're completely out of shape, as long as you don't lose your six pack, nobody knows.
You're good to go.
Like, it's good to go. So,
1,000%.
Right. So that's basically my wet explanation for where I was going with this. There's a dude, I think he was Dutch, was he? Hold on.
Yep.
Let me make sure.
My notes.
Wow, we got. Wow. You got.
I got notes.
You got notes? We're coming a long way.
It's a lot of stuff. I wanted to make sure.
We got a fun-filled episode. Yeah, he's a Dutch man.
Nah, I don't know about fun, but go ahead, continue.
I like that we do that.
Some dark stuff too.
I like that we. You gotta kind of. It's not. It's just a real. Like, it's just a talk on the record. Basically, like an actual discussion on the record. So, shit ain't always sweet. You come home and you're not like...
Well, and I feel like we probably should have been doing this anyway. I was just, like, tuning you out and stuff. Like, not tuning you out, but, like, when this is taking a derail real quick.
Sure.
We'll come back.
That's why they call it the I Say That to Say This podcast.
I know. It's amazing. That's actually pretty decent.
I should just do them. I think I'm just going to do all my sounds.
You're actually good at imitating.
No, I'm going to sound like Designer. I'm going to be up here like... It's going to be terrible. Never mind. I'll get the soundboard queued up for next week. I'm tired of jacking off because you ain't ready. We definitely need a soundboard. See, girls are just like, wait, where are they going with this?
What is happening? Okay.
You was about to derail us, and I derailed you. Damn. I believe we were talking about the Dutch man. See, that's why I need the soundboard. You don't want me doing this. We already... The I Say That to Say This podcast, for better or for worse.
I say that to forget this.
I say that the What Was We Talking About podcast. Damn, we got to rebrand. See, but like the Dutch man. Like, if you feel like the What Was We Talking About podcast is fire. I got to get t-shirt. I got to put that in the merch shop.
Oh my God.
It never happened. The Dutch man, right? It'll come back.
We'll go back there. It probably won't, but it doesn't
No,
matter.
it'll come back tomorrow. Another sign of turning 40. This is getting good.
I'm fucked when I get old. Like, fucked.
The Dutchman. He's 69 years old. He wanted to officially change his age, like adjust his birth certificate, like it never happened. Those 20
like,
years.
I'm 45.
I'm 49. He wanted to go back to 49, which is I thought that was
Okay.
reasonable. Like I thought he didn't even jump out the window. Like he didn't be like, I'm 28.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he kept it a band. Like
19.
Turning 50 is a good you know,
a good spot.
a
Where
good
I'd like
a
to
good
be.
right. Not do it over, but if I had to pick how I feel and
Right.
where I am,
Right.
I feel like when I did when I was 49. I feel like
Yeah.
I respect that, but I want to let me get the professional part of it out of the way.
Okay.
The people that are just tuning in traffic or at work have no idea what you're going through trying to dry your eyes out over here. Our YouTube viewership is like, what the hell is going on?
I know.
Is he?
Just laughing.
Never mind. I was just thinking like it feels longer. It's probably like 5 seconds, but it feels longer when you're high. So get the professional part out of the way. I wanted to give an actual quote, so you guys see where he's coming from. What's his name? I forget it. Where's his name? Emil Rattleband.
Okay.
It's probably like pronounced some other way, but work with me here. He's Dutch. He said, "We live in a time where you can change your name and change your gender. Why can't I decide to change my own age?" End quote. And now, see, now this is
They're changing race.
like, yeah, right, gender. Oh, we gonna get into that too. Oh, that's highlighted on my list.
Seriously.
But no, seriously though, Rachel Dolezal
everybody's
is like,
I was born
I'm identifying
wrong.
right, exactly.
I was born
We're getting
wrong
rid
this,
of
wrong that. Like,
we're getting rid of
people are just
male, female. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, no, I'm not identifying, or like I choose not to say. When he says that, I'm like, damn, you right, bro. But that's why we gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta draw the. It's gonna be a very thin line. Like, I would obviously hope you couldn't make yourself go back to being a minor.
Right.
Right?
Right.
To like, not even. Yeah, he wasn't even, and I think he said.
I don't know. That's just weird.
I think he said, in here. And I want to be sure it was too. Like better for jobs and dating. Like if you apply for a job as a 69-year-old man, you could say there's no age discrimination, but come on, when you see that come across your desk, you're like, what? So, and if you see a 49,
retired?
right? If you see a 49-year-old, oh no, 69, you're definitely retired. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. If a 69-year-old, respectfully, if a 69-year-old person applies for a certain job.
You're straight going to
and a
like
49-year-old
how long
person.
Are they going to be around?
Right. Jesus Christ.
No. I mean like working. Like don't they retire at some point? No.
I was like, God damn.
No, like retire.
Right.
You know, like
yeah, exactly. Or
at
like,
some point you have to stop working. So like, what are you going to train for?
Sure.
2 to 3 years? Like,
sure.
Why?
And but so if these come on your desk, not your desk, but hypothetically speaking, if these come on your desk, both at the same time, a 69-year-old. Who's qualified and a 49-year-old who's a little underqualified, you feel like a 49-year-old, yeah, will probably be around longer. Depends on what I'm looking for. So I understand that, right?
Good job, yeah. But I mean,
you got to think of if people start changing their age, you'd be like, God damn. Like it's just gonna be that would be the last straw. Nothing. It's no. Right, after that, it's no. You're really a whole new person. Like. We got no idea. You can't even.
We won't be able to say anything.
Right. I didn't quite think this through yet. And I also had some shit I didn't think through about being a year off and being 9 months, like, in the womb. Like, when's my birthday? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's also some shit with that, which I ain't going to get into.
True.
That may be another. Because I didn't think it through. But, now I forget where I was going. If
we can change anything, there's nothing left.
Right. Oh, that's what I didn't quite think this through think about like America's Most Wanted. Like a fugitive, right?
Okay.
You do some shit in New York. You're wanted. You move to fucking Arizona. Start a new life. grow a mustache. Maybe 20 years. They find you. It's like he was living under the alias. Say your name was Alan Johnson. He was living under fucking Greg Matthews. They find him. They like his birth certificate, his license.
Right.
Shit matches up. So say you're not a fugitive. Now let's take that theory off the table for a second. You just at 27 you decide to just change your fucking age, change your gender, change your race, change your name, move somewhere else. Now you're 49, 22 years later. Where's that record of that other human existing?
It's completely separate.
It's like gone. No, like record. Like it's. I think that leads to. I think.
Easier.
And then I want to also point out when I originally got this story, he was making a case for it. He lost his bid. Like, let me just make sure here.
They couldn't have passed that.
Where are Dutch people from? Holland? Holland was like, that's what I was looking for. Holland was like, no. The court said Rattleband failed to convince the judges that he suffers from age discrimination, adding that there are other alternatives available for challenging age discrimination rather than amending a person's date of birth. End quote. That's what the court said. I agree with that because it's the last straw. I mean, so no. I agree with that.
Fucking crazy.
It would be the wild west.
Fucking yeah, exactly.
Would you change your age if you could? Could?
No.
Could?
Could.
Right. I don't even get me started.
Don't get me started.
Okay. We may have to take a 20-second time out so I can smoke some more weed.
We're good.
No shit. You're right. I gotta get where this is going. But no, seriously. Yeah, if what were we talking about? We were talking about yesterday. Yeah. See, this is good. Like the you only live twice, kind of. Like you have your like one day at like 26, 20, and maybe that's what maybe it happens for men at like 27 and men at 27 and women at 40, maybe. But I feel like men go through it. Like if you don't go as a man, and this is just speaking for myself again. If you don't go through it at 27, that's when you go through it at 50. That's when you have the midlife crisis.
I think you go through two. Because I think I agreed with you and said that like 27 I was like.
I described it like being born. Like I described it like literally coming out of a black fucking hole. You're like, whoa.
Literally.
The world.
That was how my life felt around that age.
Like one fucking Tuesday morning at 27.
Like
I'm
literally just flipped. Just flipped. And so like I went through that too. So, but I feel like there could be one like coming when I'm 40. But like I'm more ready for it. That makes sense.
But it's a transitionary
when you're
period.
27-ish, it's like, where am I?
Sure.
You know? I feel like by the time I'm 40, I'm going to be like, okay. Whatever it is, I'm just going to be like ready for it.
And I don't know this guy, but you would think there's like a deeper thing than wanting to actually change your age is like, that's. Like,
I don't understand.
No, yeah, like that's a like shit.
Like I feel like you're a little bit sick.
What are you gonna change? Like
you're a little bit sick if you actually tried to change your age. You went to
Why you say sick? Like, and I'm only because I think I'm agreeing with you, but I don't. But I want to be I want to be sure the right sick. Like I feel like goddamn like
okay. But hear me out for this part of it. I'm just gonna give you one simple, just one. I'm not even going to say that to say this. He's 69. He's talking about getting a job. Bro, in reality...
Uh-oh. That's some age discrimination's about to go down now.
But, like, shouldn't you kind of have what you're doing with your life figured out by now?
See,
You
that's why
applying for jobs?
we don't know
bro?
this. We don't know this guy. I don't know this guy, but maybe some people
He's
really
full
like
of
to stay
shit.
busy.
Maybe he's full of shit. He's full of shit, or he's sick. Like, you went to court to change your age because of discrimination. Why wouldn't you just take the people to court for discrimination? Like, if you're gonna go that far,
right?
Like, that's like a joke. That's like a joke. Come on now.
And it would
They can never let that fly. Ever.
Yeah, that's what the court was saying. Like, this would lead to
mayhem.
Mayhem. You can't even like, once you open up that because we already got like surgeries and shit. We already got like America being too free, and to move on with it, it's not in the same ballpark, but blackfishing, right? It's like, so,
but it's kind of the same thing. It's
the same concept. It's
kind of.
It's no legal
not
implications
and they're not even
to it necessarily.
What I gathered off, we do want to explain.
That's what I was gonna say. For those who live under a fucking black rock.
With me, because I was there until I looked this stuff up.
See, we also. I don't know about other people, and I know I fuck around like social media all day, but it's just for the jokes. Like, I strictly go there for the jokes and close the app. You know what I'm saying? So, I respect to other people. We canceled our cable years ago.
Yeah.
Like, some people may have the news on when they're getting ready, like Good Morning America, or listen to whatever they listen to on the radio. Like, during the week, we got to listen to our own podcast for editing purposes.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what other people may normally, I don't even know when people listen to this shit, you know what I'm saying? So when people normally listen to other stuff, they may hear about it. So
true.
I get it.
We're like
we're in
I'm it. Literally me.
So if you're the first time the first time a lot of people hear blackfishing is here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get what you're saying.
But to me, you live under a fucking but to me it's like, how didn't you see that? But then I respect it. It's like, oh, you didn't open your phone because you're a normal functioning member of society.
Which is hard for people to.
That's why I figured everybody would know. Like, everybody cheats and goes on Instagram for 45 minutes. It happens. You just end up there. Like, but anyway, blackfishing is 2019 blackface. And well, I guess right. I'm gonna. It's being received. It's being received as blackface.
You may be perceived as portraying blackface, but you may not be portraying
what comes with it, like
what they are perceiving from you.
Right. So, right, and for those who still are confused,
this is confusing.
See, by now in my head you should be googling blackfishing to follow along, but that's another story. If you Google. You go to blackfishing and you see if you just Google it, which is where I come in, if you Google it and see a girl who looks like, she's white, she's a redhead, I don't know, on the left, and you see a girl who looks like a brown skin black chick, and she got box braids, you would look like, what the fuck? People are doing this? But to the Instagram people, whoever the fuck are out there blackfishing, which we haven't even cracked the surface on that yet. They're like, what? I'm putting on makeup and tanning. Like, what you mean?
Right.
Right, but other people,
people think that
where it gets tricky, and where I think it gets tricky, and where I think it's like, nah, you knew what you was doing, is like if it's like a melanin fit page for like black women who work out, or because Spanish women did too, right? So black and Spanish women who work out and got, Instagram friendly bodies. Okay. They just post them, you know, like she's whoever, and she lives in whatever Bernice Burgos. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Right, and what we talked about last week, like Brittany Renner, like girls, you know what I'm saying? They post Instagram girls.
Right.
If they pick you up like the melanin page, that's where it's like, nah, that's a social foul. Like, I mean, but like, what are you gonna DM them? Like, hey, by the way, I'm not black.
Yeah, like, that would be
right. So that's why there's a gray area of like, what you care about Instagram, you care about people following you.
You're not gonna be like, hey,
like, oh no, sorry,
I'm actually,
I don't want to be like,
I'm actually Swedish. And
right. If Ebony Magazine call you, you're gonna be like, nah, we're good, thank you. Like you're gonna, what are you gonna say? Like, all right, I'm rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from Insta, and that's why I didn't take it as.
But I went and looked at the girl that they were talking about. I went and looked at her Instagram. Can't remember her name. I think it was EE something. EEM or EEN. Ina? EENA maybe? Anyway. So,
that is crazy.
You see it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at I don't know who this person is. Alicia. Like when you look at it this way, it's like, yeah, nah, I wouldn't. But see, the last shit, I gotta keep it a band with you. The last shit I would look at is like, what is she, white? Like, yeah, I'm not looking. Yes. I that shit was, you know what I'm saying?
I like went back and it's not like she's like hashtagging like
Black Girls Rock.
Right. Right. So it's not like she's like saying that she is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just a gray area to me. And like,
but see, that's where that's why I felt like it was a weird. I was like, now,
because it's not like it's not like they even look like white girls trying to be black. You know what I mean?
I get it. See,
like a different nationality or something.
Right. Like what I call is the Kardashian finesse.
It's not.
Like you don't know what you don't know if they're Spanish. You don't know if like Armenian. You don't know. You're not trying to guess race. You're just looking at beauty. Like you're just looking at
exactly.
Right. You're just looking at
exactly
a figure, like a person, like a being. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking like, okay, this is. I wonder if she's white.
Right, like I don't understand why people are like, well, I would only follow her if she's black, or I wouldn't follow her.
I think that's why I said. I think it was more the the Instagram like pages or whatever. Like I didn't get it. See, and that's the thing. Also, I want to be very clear. I didn't get too into it. Because I didn't really have an opinion on it. And one thing where I want a quick sidebar is I thought about the bodybuilders. It would always get me, like that a white dude would bronze his body because it makes his muscles look better in a contest on physique. I would always be like, nah, like you gotta use your skin. You can't nah. And then it would be like a dude who's my complexion, going more brown, and I'd be like, what the fuck? You don't have to put bronzer on. If you know what I'm saying, if the white guy didn't make himself bronze, you wouldn't have to put bronze on. Like if you know what I'm saying, like I always thought it was weird. Like I always thought it was like that bodybuilder shit. I didn't look at it like blackfishing. Like I didn't black body.
Black body fishing.
Right, right, exactly. I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it like nah, he's using a cheat, like not a cheat code, but if my body looks better because of my skin, that's my gift. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You can't bronze your arms to make them look bigger. Like, nah, like that's not what you look like when you go outside. So that, like, it was just that because no one else. That's where the only place I saw. You know, like what you're bronze. If you're gonna look like a statue, I get it, but like, no, right? So that was the only place. Where else do people fucking change their skin? Then I want to jump to Rachel Dolezal. Now, Rachel, like, I looked, when that story first broke, I kind of felt the same way. I was like, she wasn't out wilding in the streets. Like, was it fraud? Was it fraud?
I feel like I'm hoping it got carried, like, got out of control, and she didn't.
It's that same. No. See, that's where.
But I'm
that's why I'm not rolling. That's why I'm not rolling.
Okay.
She was checking black, like it was like ethnicity black. So, but hear me out, and I wanna bring up a point also with Rachel Dolezal that she used her white privilege to prove that she was the black. She felt black, like she was identifying as black. She sued like Howard, I believe. I should look it up. For discrimination, because they wouldn't let her in the school. Like, they wouldn't let her in the school because she's like, no, or like a scholarship or some shit to a black HBCU. Because they're like, you're not black. I mean, yeah, they're like, you're not black, you're white. She sued them and won. Now, she was accused of cultural appropriation when the story broke and they found out, they're like, look at her. See, she sued the school. And Abba looked at it like, nah, she sued the school. Like, no, fuck that. I'm identifying as black. You're not taking this from me. So, I actually couldn't believe, I'm like, am I bugging? But I don't think she, no, like, I think it's like when people say, like, oh, who does Aaron Hernandez think he is? Pardon me. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. Who does Aaron Hernandez think he is? I don't speaking on the dead, but I got to use it for my example. Like, he thinks he's a tough guy, and I'm like, no, he was in the league. He gave up all that shit. He clearly was a tough guy. He clearly was with the shits. I looked at it the same way with, like, am I bugging? Like, no, it was bigger than changing her hair and bronzing her skin. Like, she was the head of the NAAC chapter in the NAACP. Like, if that doesn't prove you with the shits, then I don't know what else to tell you. That's further than I've ever taken it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Let her have it.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck am I to say no? If you went out your way, like when she got to like staging hate crimes, I feel like she was desperate. Like, oh shit, they're on to me.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel like she panicked. Shit got tricky. That got to be a big deal. Like changing race. So say, and I everybody lies about their age when you're younger, right? Like I lied about my age.
Yeah.
I lied about it to date a girl for like a year. I think I was like 13. I told her I was 16. And she was 16. She was like, when she found out, she was like, "That's crazy," and I was like, "Yo, what's the difference?" You know, and like,
still me.
It's still me. No, haven't talked to her since. You know what I'm saying? So I could imagine, and I felt like I don't even. It was something stupid how she found out. When you're 15, it was like your world's coming crashing down. I wasn't a 40-year-old. Well, she's 40 now, so I wasn't like a 38-year-old head of the NAACP who was lying about being black the whole time. And like, I could only imagine shit got. I thought I wouldn't have. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. That's why I don't know what you do. So, do I think it was stupid? Absolutely. Like, but who am I to say she should have came clean? All that being said, some people go. I've said all that to say some drastic times call for drastic measures. When, like, Instagram. Instagram. If you wanna, I don't know. If you wanna do that shit, it's not that like it's like it makes it stupid when it's cases like Rachel Dolezal out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like blackfishing for like Instagram.
Right.
Like this is Instagram.
She's not even saying anything.
This is playing with makeup, spiraling out of control.
She's
like you know what I'm
just
saying?
posting a picture and people are assuming what they're assuming.
Right. So to move on with that, do you have anything else with blackfishing? Were you offended?
I was not offended.
You were not offended?
I don't think. Could I be offended for that?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure I could be offended, but I'm not even sure where I would get offended.
Don't be. Okay. See, that's exactly. I'm glad you said that.
I have a hard time getting offended.
But I'm glad you said that. Me too. Sometimes for better or for worse. See, that's why with things like Rachel Dolezal, I don't know what that means.
Hashtag.
Oh. I thought that was some like I thought that was some inside shit that I was like, wait, am I? Nope. No. I don't know that one either. Like, but damn, what was it?
Need a lifeline, Rachel.
With social media and shit, when people are sitting home and they see a story of a 22-year-old girl who just went makeup overload, or I don't know what I don't care. I don't even care about it enough to go further. And they're not. They sit and like, how can I be offended by this? so
they're offended,
right?
Should I be offended? But I think they weren't even taking it serious. Like, why were they even talking about it? I don't know.
That's why. So moving on. I saw a pic in the same ballpark of offense. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. Is it Sheeran?
I have no idea.
Ed
how to say his
Sheeran.
name. It's one of those.
Right. He's Dutch or some shit. Ed Sheeran and Beyonce were on stage at the same time, and
I didn't know where the fuck that picture came from. You sent it to me, and I was like, "What in the fuck are they doing?" And then it just kept scrolling.
right. See, I don't take the internet that serious, right? But when I saw, and I want to be also clear. I only say these people's names for the sake of the story. I hate when I'm listening to something else, like a podcast or some shit, and it just annoys. Like when it becomes like when I hate them is when it becomes like celebrity gossip, right? I only use the story for the sake of how it applies to just the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the celebrity gossip, social media outrage factor of it takes the fun away. When it comes to the jokes and when it comes to like, oh shit, like that's true. That's when it makes it worth sticking around.
Okay.
That being said again, Ed Sheeran and Beyonce were on stage at the same time.
What were they on stage together for?
I have no clue. A concert.
I thought they were like in passing.
Imagine if they're dressed like that. If Beyonce's dressed like that on the streets, that'd be legendary. Like I'd be like, yo, wow, she really is the GOAT. Like if you really left your house, if you wanted to go down the street, I don't know, Beyonce doesn't walk anywhere by herself, but you know what I mean. Like if you were like, just your security, like I'm going to Whole Foods, and they just trailed, and you were walking around in like the Cinderella dress. Outfit. I'd be like, yo, she really is the GOAT. Like, see, I would be like, yo, she's committed to that superstar shit. Like, I would be like, we gotta respect it. Like, you couldn't even like, I was like, yo, we're not even using diva. Like, she's, like Queen Bee, she's serious. So anyway, no, they weren't just passing each other on the street.
You should definitely Google the picture if you haven't.
Sure, she's in like a pink, like you said, flamingo dress.
Yeah,
this is delicious.
What is that one?
Red Moscato and peach Ciroc.
Ew.
That's not.
It's not Red Moscato.
Yes, it is.
You went and got Red Moscato?
Yes, I told you I was gonna master the mix.
Okay.
I think that's the one.
Okay.
The other shit tastes like green alcohol. The minty stuff.
Ew.
Now that you've Googled the picture, welcome back. Well, other people have YouTube Red. I went to show somebody some shit that I thought was hilarious on YouTube. And I was like, hold on. Like, what happened on the podcast? I was like, hold on, that's a commercial. And he was like, nah, I'll pull it up on my phone. And he did it like during the commercial, and I was like, damn. I was like, oh, you lit. Like, yeah, I'm a bum. Anywho, that's another story.
That's.
I was like, see, I was like, damn, that's commitment. I was like, yeah. But anyway,
I ain't got that much commitment right now.
I looked at it like people were like, women are held to some high standard. I didn't take it that serious. I was like, yo, that's true. Like, your girl will put on mad shit to go out, and you would really throw on a t-shirt and.
It's his style and her
style.
style.
Like a t-shirt, jeans, and whatever else you got going. And then it led me down the wormhole of like celebrity couples and just of people, right? And I started to. I'm like, damn, I'm not a, Beyonce or these people, right? But at that point, I'm like, damn, it sucks that their relationships have an expiration date.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, I'm like, damn, like everything.
Like 90% of the, you're like, I give it 2 years.
And that's the crazy shit, that if you see them on the street, you don't think about people. Like, you don't, for some reason, at that stage and that level, I think why people make those decisions on things because they feel that like attachment to it. It's those 6 degrees of separation. I used to say it's like 3. I think it's like down to 1. Like everything's like 1 search remove, like 1. That's how you. That's why I use celebrities as an example, because it's someone everyone can relate to, and someone like that in real life, or a situation like that in your life. But what I was gonna go somewhere else, but with celebrities having their expiration date on their relationships. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here. and where it does get crazy with YouTubers and social media. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. But the shit with Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott and the YouTube kid.
That was really, like, I'm glad you went there. Like, that was really fucked up. Like, it was really fucked up. Like,
we're doing a terrible job of explaining things. So real fast.
Oh, yeah.
A kid on YouTube.
We just missed that opportunity because it was me. But
no, it's all good. I'm rolling. A YouTube kid. Don't take
did
the
his
blame.
hair.
A YouTube kid
No,
went
but I mean,
way
like,
out of his way.
You've been explaining, and I just kind of... Anyway.
Don't be so hard on yourself. A YouTube kid went way out of his way to, like, prank the world. Well, I don't even want to use the term prank, because when I saw prank, I'm like, that's not a prank, bro. This is people's real life. He thought it was a prank. We're not gonna get. We're gonna get into it.
And he was even. I think he knew what he was doing.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because he knew
he decided
how crazy the internet
fake
is.
Like he was Travis Scott, who dates Kylie Jenner,
and just had a baby together.
She's a billionaire, by the way.
They just had a baby together.
Right. They have a new family together. He thought it was a good idea to hire a model, change his hair exactly like Travis Scott, get the same Cuban link, like a shirt that he may have seen on like an exact fit, blur the picture like he took it from across the street like TMZ does. Well, I won't say TMZ because they didn't post it, but we'll get there. Like these blogs and whoever does. And
the picture went viral.
Travis Scott cheats on Kylie. I don't know. That's one of the things I didn't pay any mind.
Yeah.
It just, and you see, somehow you end up on the Instagram search page and you just, you see it. And a couple of days went by. We'll say that was, we'll say 3 days went by, right? Today, I see prank. Kyle, what was it last night? YouTuber pranks the world, pranks the internet with the Travis. I'm like, wait, but hold on, I remember that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I passed by that.
That's crazy.
But I didn't pay it any mind. It doesn't apply to me.
Right.
When you first see it, I'm like, oh, man, I don't know, like that shit happens. But hey, listen, that's the game.
Too much.
No, but that's just the game. Like, not my life. I don't know what to tell you. Then when I see like that a kid faked all that, got it out there, and then was like, yeah, like, you see that? Got you guys. And it's like, nah, bro. This is a real man with a real family, with a baby, with his girl, who's a billionaire. Like, you could fuck up, like they could have an Adidas deal coming next week. Right. And you know what? I was thinking, I'm saying it applied to me, but when I'm like, damn, when I felt it, it's like, damn. Like, don't tell me your girl might come to you like, is this you? Right. And you might, like, now see, how many times have men been like, and how many times have women heard, like, I've never seen that picture before in my life. Right. Right? And I talk, and to sidebar a little, I talked about it with Graham on the Gray Area episode podcast with the deep fake videos. Remember, like, it was like computer generated. You could tell it was fake. Oh, yeah. But the celebrity, the people were putting like
porn.
Yeah, the celebrity, like, generating Kim Kardashian's face on a girl, on a porn. Which and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But you can kind of tell it was like Kim Kardashian wouldn't just drop the porn with this dude. Who the fuck is this dude? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
But it's just a tease of.
But that that was like a year ago. So now we're to this point where it's like, no, fuck the computer generation. We're just gonna fake the whole scenario. We're gonna look like we're on a balcony in Miami. Right. We're gonna go. We're gonna rent a room. I'm gonna dye my hair. Right. We're gonna go shebang. And we were talking about crimes and shit, like doing like crazy, like where that could go with the computer generated. And I'm like, damn, the computer. When you get someone,
that's nuts.
Dude, I'm like, wow, like that's a big deal. So, I'm saying all that again to say, when an actual person does it and affects money and people, because your girl, you could be like, yo, I don't even know where I don't know. Right. Like, I don't even... do I have that shirt? Like, what do you say? Right. See, now, if it was a mustache and my Denver Bronco hat and my polo bear, like, some shit that you say you saw it on YouTube and you... Right. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I'm laughing now thinking, like, what do you say to your girl if you're like,
it's like,
I don't know.
Right.
Like, what? I don't know. Like, what do you... I don't know that girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, when was that taken? Like,
I feel like if it's... Like, I feel like Travis Scott looked at it and was like, that's clearly not me.
I think he commented on the shit like, yeah, you're not going to win. And if we're going to... Since we already broke the ice and... Only thing I hate more than saying the same thing twice is a hypocrite. So I'm going to do both of those and be a hypocrite.
Okay.
Since we dabbled in celebrity gossip, I think this is happening around the same time as Cardi and Offset.
Oh.
So I think things are hot right now. So I imagine in his house, shit was thick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, like, it really fucked up some shit.
Right.
I feel like, and this is just because I'm, 1 degree separated, and I think I know because I've seen a couple.
That's
posts.
why I say I'm just gonna contradict everything we said for the first half hour. Go, I'm rolling.
I feel like from an outsider looking in, which I know can be, it can really be. Like, you can see something that's not really there. But if you look at Kylie and Travis Scott and Cardi and Offset, like, their whole story has been pretty obviously going this way. They have an actual love for each other that you could see in, like, the video they did with the baby. And then...
Or at least they...
It portrays
right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But, like
I know what you mean. It's no like drama, like fuck shit on
like,
on your search page.
But
like
But like you said in an episode recently about like social media, people really tell you about themselves. Like most people don't hold back. Like most people actually tell you about themselves, like and give too much. And I think Kylie and Travis didn't give a whole lot, but the little bit they did give, you could see love in it. And
it
Cardi
felt positive. It felt
right. It felt.
And on the other end of it,
Cardi B
that
and
shit
Offset
feels toxic.
Is like, oh
like,
god,
like
yeah.
god damn, like
broke up, they're together.
Right. And I have that in our top relationship deal breakers of like social media.
Yeah.
Fuck shit.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine my girl wilding on her Instagram.
Yeah. Like saying when you fight.
Yeah, like I'm
saying that you've been doing bad for a long time.
Right. Especially after if I bought you a Lambo truck.
And what? How many carats is that ring?
Right. But I'm just saying, like that's what I mean. Like
on the internet.
The fact that right. That's what I mean. The fact that
ain't nobody else's.
The fact that I could even hear about it, whoever I am on the other side of the world, is like, damn, that's fucked up. So
everybody knows our business.
Some shit just feels. I get the polar things. Now, again, with all that being said, I imagine now what happens. Say, like 2 days go by. YouTuber pranks. The guy admits it. He's like, yeah, see, and he shows you all the footage. He's documenting it the whole time he's doing it. Then what do you like? We can't undo our fights. Like maybe things could have been said, or you don't know what happens in these people's homes. You don't know.
True.
You don't know.
True.
You know what I mean? Like that we can't go back on. So you're like, prank, got you. Now, it could have been as simple as like, see? That's crazy, right? Like, wow.
But now you fought over and some other things were said and now more hurt is there. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. And I only bring this up because, like we talked about a guy wanting to change his age and the real life implications that could lead to. And then you see like someone invading your life. Like, see, when he do want to change his age, that's a victimless.
True.
It's his business. It's gonna spiral, but that's a whole separate spiraling out of control.
Right.
You jumping into my life, you jumping into my world and pretending to be me. And I think I joked about it. Right, I think I joked about it with like the Dwight Howard thing. I don't know what I was talking about, but I was like, yo, if you lie on your gram, you should get a year in jail. Like shit like this. I'm like. Now, I'm not going to say charge the kid with fucking identity theft. I don't mean that. But like...
But I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I feel like, yo, like... You're not Ashton Kutcher, bro. You did some
No.
other shit. Like, like that's not a prank.
You
that's
didn't
some...
like 30 seconds later be like, haha.
Right. Like,
time passed.
10 minutes would have been a lot to be like, yo, bro,
Yes.
you doing a lot.
Yes.
You're doing a lot.
True.
So even putting it out in the universe is like, they're...
I'm not rolling.
You're not rolling? I'm not rolling either, but I feel like, I think that's when you suspend his YouTube. You gotta, I didn't even, the crazy, I was going to, I was curious to how many, I'm like, I wonder if he has a lot of subscribers, like, because the shit just went out, to start, like, I pump faked the tweet with Jordans. I've capped the tweet. Like, I was sitting with Shelly one day at work, like, yo, the internet, this was, again, 2-3 years ago. I'm like, yo, the internet is so easy, like, it was some shit with, like, fake J's or some shit I put up. I was like, see, like, some shit like this, just put it out there, and it was just going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, when it gets, like, 1,000 retweets, 2,000 retweets, 3,000, I'm like, see, this is fucked up. And I think I just deleted it. And it wasn't, nobody got hurt. There was nothing. It was just like, wow, a lot of whoa, like, whoa, mind blown, like, whoa, I can't know what. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is like, no, this is affecting people's life. I think you got to suspend his YouTube or something. You got to show people, you got to make a statement like where
this is not
where you tell a guy like, nah, bro, sorry, you got to be the lamb I got to say no to. Maybe another time, another place, yeah, but for the sake of everybody else, hey, it had to be you. No, we're not doing this. Right? I think we got to set the tone in the other end of with this certain because even on a small scale of girls, first of all, men cheat. Shit happens. If this starts affecting the ones that don't, like the men don't, the same men, you can say 50-50 or whatever ratio is that applies to your life. A man that wouldn't even think of cheating on his wife. Like if a girl sent a pic, that'd be nuts. Like, hey, is this your husband? You're like, see now in that case, like Kylie Jenner, you got it in her mind. You like this got to be fake. Like it's a possibility. Yeah. There's someone out there that
a regular person.
Yeah, a regular human wouldn't even. Why would you ever think that someone would fake this? You would never question it. Like, and you don't know they hit. Like, what is this? Slide over and dude be like. I see again. I couldn't even imagine as the guy, like the girl. I can imagine that's a fucked up roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
She's probably even still wondering. Like Kylie Jenner is like, they're rich. I don't know. She could be like, did you pay it? Like you could have paid somebody to say this. Like I don't know. Like you could. You never know. Like
hired him after.
Yeah, you could have hired him after. Like don't fuck with me, Travis.
True,
you really never know what's going on with people's house, right?
True, and you never know what's going on in somebody's head.
Right. So
especially having $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot at stake, right? There's a lot at stake. So that's hilarious. And so with a regular human, I don't know, man. I think like
that's scary.
That's scary. I'm like
definitely shouldn't be allowed.
You got to set the tone for that. Like I don't know what would happen in real life. Like. Would that be? No, it wouldn't be fraud. Like, what would I would be like?
It should be fraud. It should be fraud. It should definitely be fraud.
We got to challenge you to a duel. Like, something got to happen to you, bro. We can't. Something. We got to take 10 paces and spin. Something. There has to be a consequence to this.
Absolutely.
But I forget what I was. It was something I was also going to bring up with consequences, but I guess. Moving on. Will I Am. I don't even know what Fergie has to do with this, but I was just thinking. I felt it was appropriate.
I was like, isn't this some old shit?
Yeah. Is Fergie is the Black Eyed Peas, right?
Yeah.
And that's Will I Am, right?
I think so.
Okay. Will I Am.
They're together, yeah. I mean, like.
Will I Am said that hip hop was low hanging fruit.
Really gonna listen to this whole thing?
Okay, I'm done. Will I Am. I only in my. Maybe it's the weed. I don't know. In my brain. I was thinking like this. I was just thinking low hanging fruit, and then I started thinking about Will I Am. I don't know. My mind was just going, and then Fergie just started going. Like my soundboard, I don't know, it just
God,
it made sense in my head.
Terrible. Oh God. All right, Will I Am.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Genius. Will.i.am said hip hop was low hanging fruit. I think Will.i.am should stop and call Fergie, and he should do something with that.
I think they broke up.
They did?
Obviously.
Oh, that's trash.
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. But low hanging fruit.
I don't know where I was going with that. Fergie ruined everything. What's up? What's next on the docket?
She did. It's the negative thing.
What negative thing?
That lady.
Oh! Oh, that's fucked up. I know Fergie killed the vibe, but I don't want to take it too far.
I think you do have to be careful doing good deeds sometimes, and you can't go too far. I'm not saying it's her fault, but
No,
I think, I mean, like 1,000% never in a million years, but you can't help everybody.
Jacqueline Smith, a woman, I believe from Baltimore. Okay, good call. She saw a woman who appeared to be homeless on the street.
Corner.
Rolled down her window to give her money.
Wait, you're missing a vital information.
Component.
She said to help me feed my baby, and she
sorry.
was holding something that she looked like she had a baby wrapped, and it was raining, and it was like midnight.
Right. Thank you for that. See that?
Just making up.
You're an all-star. So when she pulled, with all that being said, those you have that vision in your brain at this point. Pulled over to help the woman, like, oh shit, damn, it's hard out here. A man came, took the woman's wallet, stabbed her. The woman later died, which is...
By the way, her husband was in
terrible.
the car, and her husband's daughter. It was her husband's daughter's birthday. They were out for celebrating her birthday, and she was in the passenger side, so the husband actually pulled over for her to roll down the window. And the guy said, "Can I thank her?" and stabbed her in the neck.
Right. That's fucking terrible.
And they like, took her wallet, and then, like, the girl did something else, too. Like, they both did something and then ran off. They both ran off together, so they were together.
Now,
and
obviously it's fucking awful.
They haven't even found them yet.
Right.
That's what's, like...
Right. Obviously, this is a fucking awful story. But, like, and I think that's, like... I don't want to say the theme to it, you know what I mean? But, like, it's like, damn, you can't even... We talk about all this celebrity bullshit and how it relates to real life.
Right.
And you're like, wow, that's crazy. Imagine. It's like, damn, you see things like this and you're like, you don't want to help people. Not you don't want to help people, but, like, you don't want to feel skeptical and you don't want to feel like that when you...
Go
like, if you see a woman with a sign holding a baby, holding a baby, like, help me feed my baby, you don't want to think, like,
who's
sorry.
with her?
Yeah, like,
what's
sorry,
under there?
no.
Could be a knife.
That's fucking, like...
It's really fucked up. Like
I'm not gonna wet snitch here, but we were in Florida, and we were coming to a light, and there was a woman sitting on corner, and it was daylight, in a wheelchair.
Oh.
And you were like, she's sitting on her leg. And I was like, no fucking way.
She was in a wheelchair, and was it both her legs or just one? I feel like it was both.
One of them was definitely fucked up. I'll just say that.
She was definitely sitting on... One of her legs she was definitely sitting on.
Right. And I don't want to make a joke out of it. And obviously, this story is very sad. I'm just saying.
Awful.
Right.
And that's why I don't want to help people.
Right. when I saw this lady, you were like sitting on a leg, and that was like fucked up enough to be like, damn, you would fake that, like, and
right. But
like, damn, you know, and just.
But you wouldn't really think,
right? And you, if you still want to give a person money, that's on you. I don't know. Whatever your life is, your decision. I don't know. But for me, it's just like shit like that, or you know, like you don't people. It's moments like that. You're like, damn, you kind of like, nah, this isn't the way to do this anymore. Like you can't have people coming up to your car in traffic and even pulling over for. It's like, you don't. Living in a world like that is just like, this shit makes you just want to stay in the house.
Yeah.
We'll just talk on the internet then. Like, I don't.
And that's why we're here.
Let's keep this. You know, like we gotta log on to YouTube or something. I don't know what to tell you. But no, not seriously. But in all seriousness, that's very sad with the woman.
Seriously, the worst story that I've heard all year.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like, damn, even the people who still want to want to help and be good people. Like that's the fucking
right.
Not the punishment, but like that's the outcome of that. Like that's where it goes to. Now, a kid in the back seat, like that's a memory that carries on to the next. Like I think people, it's like the implications of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in cases like this is like physical violence, which is fucked up. And then, you know, we talk about unnecessary violence. There's no gun control talk. Like it's just a fucked up fucked up human beings in the world, right? That's my idea of shit. You should have to worry about, but like that's what the focus should be on. Like this is real world shit. That's why we don't
on the internet.
Right. That's why we don't. The last thing we need is for the internet to be fucked up too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's real life shit going on, and I think if you don't have anywhere, like if you can't tune into a podcast during the middle of the day or record a podcast and still have bring some joy, you know what I'm saying? Like you still bring something, I don't just some shit, right? Just some connection or some good vibes out of the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If you can't worry about that because you never know where it's coming from, like it's not a world it's not. It's like
it's scary.
Yeah, like it's like being 67. Like you're like weird.
69. You want to be 49.
Right. You want to change everything. You're like, you know what? We need to reset. Like this is fucked up.
I needed to be 20 years ago.
I tell you. But there was one more thing.
Joe Rogan and the Kardashian finesse.
Oh no, I was talking about with the Kardashians. That was more with the like the black fishing. I'm not saying the Kardashians do that, but it's the I meant like the Kardashian, like that was like a
esque.
Right.
Esque. Okay.
That was tied to that. Joe Rogan.
This one I don't know what it's about.
It was, and that was also tied into my black fishing.
Okay.
Talk, but I didn't go there. I didn't feel like I feel like it's like a loaded.
It could go a long.
Yeah, it could go a long way. It's like this is giving attention to bullshit.
Okay, all right.
Because it was like it was just the same effect of this is gross now. The same effect of like it's like shit. Where's the water? Like we Uh-oh.
I didn't want it to make noises.
Thank you. Wow, that's really thinking. But like, I being the gray area investigator, right? Like having a podcast is I kind of, like making a show out of real conversation. So the other end of black fishing, it wasn't even worth.
Gotcha.
Like
going into it. Worth
the black face, you know? Like, I feel like I don't want to create an issue on my behalf. Like I like to look at both sides of the coin, but like that other side of the coin, again, you don't want my feeling of it.
Okay.
And Joe Rogan was just to briefly go over it since we brought it up. Joe Rogan, I love what he does with his podcast. Obviously, he's He's Joe
He's one of
Rogan.
the
I'm
top.
not even going to compare him to. I feel like he
Anybody.
created a lane.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make the comparison, but like what Howard Stern did for radio. You know, I hate when people are like Charlemagne is the Black Howard Stern. Like I hate no. Howard Stern's Howard Stern.
Right.
Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan.
Right.
Fucking Jerry Seinfeld's Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I feel like Joe Rogan created that podcast. Like he's building the ceiling for it, kind of.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I love what he does with his podcast. He's just a monster.
Right.
Right. And part of that is you're gonna get every walk of life on Joe Rogan's podcast. So we had a gentleman on. I'll Google his name if we take this further. He was talking about how people are racist against... Like, right now is the easiest time to be racist against white people, is what he was saying. He was saying, like, white people are, like,
Sure.
low-hanging fruit. And I was like...
I mean, they're not low-hanging fruit.
In terms of... Like, picking some shit that a white guy did. Oh, like not blackfishing. Right. That's why I say it was a long. It was a
long-winded.
Right. It's a wormhole. Let me get his name now. I knew it. Anthony Cumia.
Okay.
This guy is. He was saying like, if you're like a 67-year-old white man and like I joked about it with R. Kelly when R. Kelly said I know this is all over the place now. R. Kelly said. Like, did you get your shots? Mm-hmm. Right? I said, if that was a white man, they would have tore his ass. Like, they would have fried him on the front of the paper.
True.
Right? So I mean it that, like, if fucking... Right. If Kid Rock was in... I don't even want to put that on Kid... I don't even like Kid Rock, but I don't even want to put that on Kid Rock. But, I mean, if Kid Rock was in Ethiopia and he said that, that's low-hanging fruit. That's like, oh, that's too easy. That's...
Right.
He meant it like that. So... I looked at it like, that's why it was like a whole long-ended conversation.
Okay.
But what I did into where I was gonna go with it is like if I thought about comedians, I was like, comedians, if the joke is good enough,
you can get away with it.
You can get some racist, not racist shit. You can get that ballpark of joke off. Like you can get a stereotype off if your joke is good enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Low-hanging...
Like the Hillary Clinton thing.
Right. Now, see... There you go. Like, that's one of those things that's like... You can't even be... Like,
it was a shot to someone else.
The timing of it... Right, the timing of it...
Perfectly timed.
Is a home run, so you kind of just like... Right, you gotta... It's free. Yeah. Like, you can't make an issue with that. Like, the timing of that is like... That was easy. So, with this dude, I don't know, maybe... I guess I'll look into it. And maybe we'll revisit the conversation, but it wasn't really...
Okay.
It wasn't really
important.
Not important, but it wasn't worth me talking about at least.
Okay.
I do now since I opened up YouTube. I see what's the name Jaquees here. Jaquees, and I wanted to just quickly say that he really remixed Ella Mai's song.
Oh God.
Trip a while ago, long time ago.
So I don't know who that is, but I googled it when you mentioned it.
You're not fucking with his remix?
No.
I wasn't fucking with his remix and somebody sent it to me.
It sounds like he recorded it in like his cousin's
car. He
basement.
did it on like an iPhone. Okay. But when I heard Trip first by Ella Mai, and I was like, this is pure heat. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Absolutely.
On the first listen, you know, like, oh, this is a smoker.
Yeah.
With Jaquees, when someone sent it to me, I'm like, Trip remix? Like, you can't remix Trip. And 7 seconds, I was like, nope, not rolling. Right? So maybe if I'd never heard Ella Mai, I don't know, but I don't.
No.
You know, I wasn't rolling from the beginning. But that was besides my point.
Mix.
Ella Mai was the first woman to admit, like, yo, you know what? I was tripping. My bad. I'm sorry. Like, he can't go and make it about... He can't go and take tripping on some other shit. Like, no.
I didn't even listen.
I'm not rolling with... I don't even want to play... I was going to play it. I'm not rolling with Jaquees. I wanted that on record. Ella Mai had his shit
Should be on
removed
it.
too. See,
Good.
that's what I'm saying. If you do some fuck shit on the internet, like when I say like I don't know, you just do some fuck shit on the internet, not a tweet.
It should be removed.
It should be like, nah, we ain't rolling.
Yeah.
We scratching that from the record.
Like the Travis Scott thing. Like,
right, yeah. Like, nah, we scratching you from the record, bro. Like,
yeah.
nah. There's got to be some consequences.
YouTube, something.
We can't,
This guy, like, nah.
So I respect Ella Mai's label, DJ Mustard. Like, nah, we're not rolling, bro. Take that shit to weed. Take it to Chris Brown songs, whoever the fuck you take it to. We ain't rolling. But, if you've stuck around for this whole hour, thank you. And you might as well hit that fucking subscribe button.
Do it.
Shit. Just not fucking around. I think we had some sound issues on this episode, but...
Really?
Yeah. But nobody cares.
Somebody cares. Mara cares.
Somewhere. Big shout out to Mara.
She cares.
I'm gonna get Mara to do my soundboard.
Okay.
Cook us up some heat.
Should be great.
Well, maybe that's not all, folks. Since I'm firing shit off here. Well, I know I was gonna take it down the will.i.am road, but I passed on that also.
Okay.
will.i.am said hip hop was like
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, basically fruit of the loom. And anyone could do it. And I just like strongly disagreed. You know, like even see now, maybe we won't just end here. I'm more of an R&B guy. Like,
okay.
I know my sound. Like I have a certain vibe that I like with music, right? Like a certain mood. You know, when you say you know the vibes, I know my.
I can hear a song and be like, oh, yeah, he's gonna love it.
Yeah, you know my vibes, right? So, I actually feel with R&B, if you have a good voice, you and you know the vibes, you can get your shit off with R&B.
Even if you're not saying anything.
Even if you just sing somebody else's shit.
Fucking Party Next Door, I have to Google his lyrics. I have no fucking clue what
I
he
will
says.
shut this podcast down right now.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but I'm like, what in the fuck is
Look,
he
we can pick on
saying?
Jaquees all we want, but P&D is strictly off limits. That's ridiculous.
But anyways, know the vibes.
No super.
R&B.
No, fuck that. I'm not gonna let you Party Next Door slit. No, but with rap, I feel like no. There's hip hop. I'm like, sure it's on the radio, sure it's out there, but it's like fuck shit on the internet. Like sure it's out there, but if you want the good shit, you can go find it.
And you still like, in order to be like, I mean, I want to disagree with him, but then like, the Migos pop into my head.
And I think that's where he is. But on the same token, there's like Saha the Prince that you could go. You could still
right.
If you cared, you could
levels.
find it. Right,
Still levels.
Exactly.
But like,
and I'm like, when guys like him say this,
the most popular is like some mama, you know, like.
That's bad funny. See, that's when you can't even like, yep, that's an ad lib. When you can point that out.
But when
there you go. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, yeah, bro. When it gets,
that's
like I say with you're not on the internet. When you're not on the internet and it comes past even you, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
That's not good.
No, that's not good. But you know, so I kind of understand what he's saying, but I also agree with you.
Now, we got
where you were going.
Right. We got what we wanted out of that. Saying that. I think hip hop is like a platform, and people use the internet for better or for worse to get to a certain thing that they're looking for.
Okay.
Like I looked and I'm like, damn, he started off with a fucking dance, and one of their first YouTube finesse, Soulja Boy put out a game console. Like I was like, he put out a whole fucking console. Like there's PlayStation, there's Xbox, there's Dreamcast, there's. Now I should find it. Soulja Boy's game console. Whatever it is called. I'm going to find out right now. No, there you go. And I was like, damn, you know, when you come in the game...
I mean,
When you come in the game... Right, when you come in the game like that, I think these kids, they're not even using. They're using rap as like a soldier watch, I believe.
Like they're using it as a
stepping stone. Right. Like, oh shit, get to a good beat
And
that I found
then-
on YouTube, jump off that,
Right.
then 100,000 Instagram follow, a million Instagram followers. There goes
Have a
that.
clothing line.
There's clothing line. Boom. Then there's game console. Boom.
Right. And the women are
Right.
like
By
makeup,
that, right.
hair, nails, flat tummy tea.
Fashion over.
Yes.
Done. Hennessy. Then you're in. You know? So, I think, and that's also where I feel like, look, if the power of the internet is like, if you're gonna use it, if people are using it, and that's the only reason I brought it up. It's like, at least it's not using it and being on some bullshit.
Right.
Using that money to just cause fucking ruckus in the world, or
They're
just
investing in
Right.
having
I'm like,
business ideas.
yeah,
even if we
you-
don't even hear about it.
if nobody knows it, but
His fans.
whoever listens to
Right.
no, even listening to his fans and whoever listens to this podcast and subscribed on YouTube, if this is the first time you hear about it, it's like, all right, cool, that's cool. Like there's nothing bad you can say. Even if the shit is, I don't even want to put that kind of vibes on it. But even if it's not a good game that I wouldn't enjoy, even if I never play it, it's like, oh, that's cool. That somebody
Yeah.
somewhere's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
And he got a check out of it.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think with all the bad shit and all the fuck shit on the internet, I think like we could still find, like even with hip hop, we could still find the good. We could still find the cool shit. You know, it's always, it gets greater later. And I think we look at, we're to the point, society is that we do look at shit on like a 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour span, and then poof, it's gone. It's out there.
True.
You know, like episode 67 of the podcast. By episode 77, like, nobody gives a fuck.
True.
No matter what you said on 67, like, it's a moment, right? And it sucks. So hopefully by like 700, when you look back on things, the bullshit phases out, and all the real shit's gonna last. With all that being said, ciao for now.
See you next time.
See you next time. Any last words?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It's appropriate.